The story begins 15 years in the past. We meet Matt and Emily, two elite spies working for British intelligence. While on a high-stakes secret mission, sparks fly between them and their professional partnership blossoms into a passionate secret romance. A short time later, we see Emily in a bathroom holding a pregnancy test. It confirms she's pregnant. Meanwhile, Matt and Emily are in their car, heading to a lavish mansion for their next assignment. Their boss at intelligence, Chuck, speaks to them through their earpieces. He informs them of the plan. They need to infiltrate the birthday party of a terrorist named George, the leader of the Falco terrorist organization. Their goal is to pose as invited guests, blend in, and steal a dangerous electronic device known as the key. The key is no ordinary device. It gives its owner complete control over England's industrial infrastructure, including its ports and nuclear reactors. Once inside the party, they successfully sneak into a private office, crack the secret safe, and secure the key. However, the alarms suddenly blare and guards rush into the office. Matt and Emily skillfully take them down and bolt. On their way out of the mansion, they fight off wave after wave of George's men. Thanks to their superior skills, they defeat them all and manage to escape. They receive an order from Chuck to head immediately to the airport to meet their colleague, Baron, who has arranged a private plane for their escape. When they arrive at the tarmac, they find Baron waiting. He hands them their tickets and wishes them a safe flight back.
On the plane, Emily talks to Matt and reveals she's pregnant. Matt tells her that even though they haven't known each other long, he feels like she's his soulmate. He wants to stay with her and raise their child together. Emily replies that raising a child is completely at odds with the dangerous lives they lead as spies, something she knows from personal experience. Matt tries to reassure her, promising they'll find a solution. He is overcome with excitement about becoming a father as he's always wanted a family.
Feeling a bit tired, Emily excuses herself to go to the restroom, but a flight attendant stops her, claiming the restroom is out of service. In that moment, Emily realizes something is wrong. She looks at Matt. It turns out George and his men were on the plane with them the whole time. The flight attendant grabs her and holds a gun to her head, threatening Matt to give back the key. Matt throws the key towards him. In that instant, Emily manages to twist the attendant's arm as Matt attacks him. The rest of George's men appear and a violent fight breaks out. Matt and Emily use their skills to deliver knockout blows. One of George's men grabs a gun off the floor and tries to shoot Emily, but Matt lunges at him and grabs his hand, causing the bullet to go astray. It hits the pilot, who dies instantly. The plane starts to fall. It collides with a glacier, causing parts of the fuselage to break off. As the plane slides toward the edge of an icy cliff, Matt and Emily rush to the parachutes, only to find there's just one left. Matt insists that Emily take it to save herself and their unborn child, but Emily grabs him and they jump with the single parachute. They cling to each other, surviving the crash and landing safely on the ground. Safe in the snow, Emily asks him, "Is this the life we want, especially now that we have a child?" She adds that their child deserves to live a normal life with a mother and father who are around to protect them. She continues, saying that the key is lost and everyone will assume they died in the crash. It is their perfect chance to disappear. She suggests they travel to America, start a family there, and provide a normal life for their future child. Matt loves the idea and immediately agrees. They decide to leave their past lives completely behind them. 15 years pass and we move to the present day. We see Matt and Emily in America, where they now have a daughter named Elle and a son named Leo. They try their best to forget their old lives as spies and raise their children properly. While driving them to school, Matt tells his son Leo to be careful. He reminds him that if he needs anything, he just has to press the button on the ring he's wearing. The ring has a tracker and also measures his blood pressure and sugar levels because Leo is sick. Meanwhile, Emily spots her daughter Elle standing with her friends and starts watching her with binoculars, an old habit she can't seem to break. She sees Elle share a moment with a male classmate and is surprised because she is so young. While they are watching her from the car, Elle calls them. She says she can see them and that their constant monitoring is embarrassing her in front of her friends. At home, Emily tries to hack into her daughter's laptop to spy on her and see if she's doing anything wrong. She's still unable to shake her old habits. She easily guesses the password, opens the device, and discovers through messages that Elle is going to a nightclub with her friends. They immediately jump in their car to get there and catch their daughter before she does something wrong. When they arrive and try to take her with them, her male friends step in and start provoking them. At this point, Emily is forced to use her fighting skills and hits them. One of them records what she did on his phone and hits the post button. Matt quickly grabs the phone, deletes the video, and they take Elle and leave. In the car, Elle realizes they opened her laptop and saw her messages. She calls them out for always spying on her. She asks them in disbelief how they have these fighting skills and where they learned them. Matt tells them they took a few taekwondo classes a long time ago. Elle replies that they are liars and that she always felt they were hiding something about their past. She leaves them angrily and goes up to her room.
The next morning, the doorbell rings. When they open it, they are shocked to find Chuck, their former boss from intelligence. He tells them he knew they were alive after seeing the video that went viral on social media. He adds that the key was never found after the plane crash and that George, the leader of the Falco organization, has been searching for them all these years because he believes they still have it. Emily tells him the key was lost when the plane crashed, but Chuck insists they are definitely in danger because George is convinced they still possess it. While Chuck is talking, he is suddenly shot by a sniper and falls down dead. Matt and Emily are in shock. They run back inside the house as they come under heavy fire from outside. They rush to the garage to get in their car and escape. A car pulls out of the garage and George's men open fire on it, but when they get closer, they find no one inside. It was a decoy by Matt and Emily to distract them so they could escape in another car. A professional YouTube movie recap narrator with a deep American male voice. The tone should be engaging, punchy, and fast-paced, but clearly articulated. The delivery must be storytelling-driven, maintaining a slight air of mystery suitable for a gothic fantasy, but keeping the energy high to hold viewer retention. Not too monotonous, not too dramatic, just a confident, gripping narration style. A professional YouTube movie recap narrator with a deep American male voice. The tone should be engaging, punchy, and fast-paced, but clearly articulated. The delivery must be storytelling-driven, maintaining a slight air of mystery suitable for a gothic fantasy, but keeping the energy high to hold viewer retention. Not too monotonous, not too dramatic, just a confident, gripping narration style. Afterward, they speed to Elle and Leo's school, pick them up, and head to the airport. They tell them they're traveling to England to visit their grandmother. Naturally, Elle and Leo are surprised to learn they have a grandmother living in England, as Emily had always hidden anything related to her mother from them. Elle and Leo feel like their parents are hiding something because their story doesn't make sense. Emily asks them to just go along with it for now, and they'll find out everything later. On the plane, Matt and Emily hesitate to tell their children the truth. Emily says that lying to them will keep them safe, and it's better if they don't know they were spies.
When they arrive at the airport in England, they rent a car to drive to Emily's mother's house. On the way, they ask their kids not to use the internet or their phones. Elle and Leo don't understand the strange request. They stop at a gas station, and Elle and Leo take some money from Matt to go into the diner for a snack. However, they don't listen and get on the internet using a device Leo had hidden. A few moments later, Matt and Emily see George's men show up at the station.
Matt grabs a fuel hose and lights it with his lighter, waving it around like a flamethrower to keep them back. At the same time, Emily moves in and starts fighting them. All of this happens while Elle and Leo watch from inside the diner. Matt and Emily manage to overpower George's men with their skills. Elle and Leo quickly get in the car and they all flee the scene. Elle and Leo demand an explanation for what they just saw. Their parents are forced to confess that they were spies for British intelligence 15 years ago, and the men they were fighting at the gas station were hunting them. Elle and Leo are shocked to hear the truth, but they also feel it makes sense as they had always sensed something mysterious and suspicious about their parents. Leo, however, is incredibly impressed, as he is a huge fan of spy movies. He apologizes to his dad for using the internet on the hidden device. Matt takes it from him and throws it out the car window. They finally arrive at Emily's mother's house, and Elle and Leo are amazed to see it's a huge mansion. They go inside and meet their grandmother, Jenny, who was hunting birds inside the house with her rifle. It turns out that Jenny was also a former spy for British intelligence. She takes them inside the mansion and introduces them to her young boyfriend, Nigel. Nigel takes Elle and Leo on a tour of the mansion while Matt and Emily talk to Jenny and tell her everything about the key and the Falco organization that's chasing them. From Emily's conversation with her mother, Jenny, we can tell their relationship isn't good. Jenny blames her for not visiting her and for not even telling her children they had a grandmother. Emily replies that she wanted her children to have a normal childhood, unlike the difficult one she had with her, because she was also a spy. At that moment, Elle is listening to the conversation and now understands why her mother hid the truth about them being spies. She wanted to protect them from what she went through in her own childhood.
After that, Matt takes Emily to the secret hiding spot next to the mansion, and they retrieve the key that was hidden there. Just then, they hear the sound of a helicopter landing at the mansion and rush back. When they get inside, they find that George's men have broken in and tied up Jenny and Nigel. They surrender immediately and don't resist when they see that the men are holding their children, Elle and Leo. Matt holds the key in his hand and tells them he'll give it to them on the condition that they don't hurt his kids.
At that moment, Chuck appears before them. They are stunned to see him alive after witnessing him get shot. Chuck tells them he was fired from his position at British intelligence because of the failed mission, the plane crash, and the loss of the key. He adds that he lost his job and many other things in his life, which is why he decided to betray intelligence and work with George to get to Matt and Emily and take the key from them. He went to their house and tricked them into thinking he was killed. It was all part of an act to lead them to the place where they were hiding the key.
And indeed, his plan worked. He takes the key from them. Meanwhile, Grandma Jenny manages to break free from her restraints and sneaks to a secret spot in the kitchen to grab a weapon. She shoots tranquilizer darts at George's men and engages them in a fight using her skills as a former spy. When Chuck hears the sounds of fighting from outside, Matt and Emily move quickly, attack two of the guards, and take their weapons. But Chuck is holding Elle and Leo and threatens to kill them. Two men come up behind Matt and Emily and knock them unconscious. Chuck takes Elle and Leo with him to the helicopter and flies away from the mansion. When Matt and Emily regain consciousness, Grandma Jenny tells them that Chuck has taken their children. They go to watch the security camera footage and see their son Leo signaling to them with the hand wearing the tracking ring, a clever move so they can pinpoint their location. They successfully track his location, which is an old museum by the river. Matt and Emily arrive at the location at night where Chuck is holding a secret auction to sell the key to George's competitors and make a fortune from it. To demonstrate the key's power to the buyers, he contacts his assistant, Denville, on a radio and asks her to use the key to cut the city's power and then restore it moments later. This happens right before their eyes. Then, he asks her to open the river's water barrier, which, if left open for too long, will flood the entire city and cause a catastrophe. Denville successfully takes control of the water barrier and opens it remotely.
Meanwhile, Matt and Emily try to enter the building, but the guards stop them and a fight breaks out. As usual, they use their skills and overpower them. Just then, their colleague Baron shows up with intelligence agents. He tells them he knew Chuck was the one who took the key, and that he was working with George, so they came to arrest him. They team up and enter the place where Chuck is.
When Chuck sees them, he flees, and Matt and Emily run after him. When they get outside, two of George's men appear on motorcycles with guns. But at that moment, Grandma Jenny is ready with a sniper rifle and uses her skills to take aim at them. Matt and Emily get on a motorcycle and race at top speed to catch up to the boat that Chuck escaped on with their kids down the river. George's men chase them on motorcycles, firing at them. At the same time, Chuck is on the radio with his assistant Denville, telling her to meet him on the other side of the river with the key.
Emily manages to shake off the motorcycles chasing them and speeds to catch the boat before it passes under the open bridge where they can't reach it. She steals a speedboat and has Matt get in with her. Meanwhile, Nigel, Grandma Jenny's boyfriend, is waiting in his car behind the museum. He happens to see Denville, Chuck's assistant, as she comes out and gets into her car, so he follows her to stop her. He gets out of his car and finds her unconscious with the key and the laptop used to control it beside her. He contacts Grandma Jenny and tells him to use it to close the open bridge quickly.
At that moment, Matt and Emily manage to reach Chuck's boat with their speedboat and jump aboard, where they begin to fight his men. At the same time, Nigel manages to crack the laptop's code and gives the command to close the bridge. Indeed, the bridge begins to close as the boat is heading towards it at full speed, about to collide with it. Emily yells at her kids and tells them to jump into the water. They listen to her and jump. Meanwhile, Matt fights with Chuck and hits him, and Emily hits him too. Then they quickly jump from the boat. The boat crashes into the closed bridge and bursts into flames. Matt, Emily, and their kids get out of the water. Matt is very proud of what his son Leo did when he signaled to the camera with the hand wearing the ring. After that, Emily hugs her daughter Elle and also hugs her mother Jenny. They walk off together, and Matt and Emily promise that they will never do this again, will never return to the spy life, and will live in peace. Sometime later, we see Elle on a soccer field about to take a penalty kick. She successfully scores a goal and her team wins. Matt and Emily are very happy for their daughter and celebrate with her. Emily talks to Elle and tells her she can go out with her friends freely and promises she will never spy on her again. They let her go celebrate with her friends after she promises them she'll take care of herself.
Matt and Emily get into their car, and at that moment, Baron appears in the back seat, startling them. Baron informs them that they never found Chuck's body after the boat crashed into the bridge, and that they are needed for a new mission. And the movie ends.